Hello, in this video I'm going to take another look at stacking data and using this to combine bar charts. So this can happen where we want to display a whole lot of things together even though we're analysing them in this format because they're paired or matched across a person. So each participant in this study has ranked the difficulty of 4 things that you might have to do with language, vocab, antonyms, synonyms, and connections between sentences. And we can't get them all on the same bar chart in this format. Even if we drag a clustered one in here, I don't think there's any way to combine to get it to make the categories. So we're going to stack these up. So if we go to data restructure, now we've got variables and we might want to make them into cases. So our data is going across and we want to make it go down. We essentially want to have these all in the one column, so it's just one group. I think I tried to do 2 groups in the last one. That might have made it more confusing. The transformed variable is the group, the target variable, and you can relabel this. It's not obvious, but you can just type over this. So I guess I'll call this ranking because they ranked 4 things. Use case group. I'm just going to ignore that. So I'm going to put this into ranking. We don't have any other variables, so it's a simple data set. How many index variables? Just the one. And the index is going to tell us which of these things they're ranking. So we can give it numbers 1 to 4, or we can take the names from the columns. I'm just going to take these names here, but if you've got complicated names up here, it may be simpler to have it coded and then just assign labels to it. But let's give this a go and see if it looks like how we want. So it has created another ID variable. I didn't realize it was going to do that. I had created a participant ID. That's fine. We can delete anything we don't need. So for participant 1, these are their 4 rankings. For participant 2, these are their 4 rankings. So let's just change that. The index, I don't know what we would call that, task. And the ranking, we can always edit that on the graph. So now if I didn't mean to cancel, I wanted to reset. Now if we want to use the clustered bar chart, we can put on the ranking here. They're very easy to very difficult, and we want to split this up by task. Is that the way we want to do it? I don't know. Let's have a look and see what it looks like, and then we can do it the other way. I don't know if that's the most logical way to look at that. I'm going to do the graph the other way as well. So let's put the task here and then put the ranking. I need to change that label because that's very confusing. I think there's nothing wrong with this one. It's just a little bit harder to read. Antonyms. So it looks like synonyms are easy and the vocab is the most difficult. So at the moment, this is counts. It might be easier to have this as percentages. You could do it stacked. It can be difficult to read it with 5 categories. This is the label that's confusing me. Let's change that to ranking. We could, depending on what you're looking at, it could be that you can look at this with a stacked bar chart. But I will do it. I wonder if the data set has an even sample size. It does. So everybody has ranked every option. So we have the same sample size for each of these. In a way, this is a little bit easier for me to read, but the colours are awful. but you can kind of see which is the easiest and which is the hardest. I don't know. There's no right or wrong for this. There's so many different ways you can do bar charts. You just have to go with whatever you think looks the most logical. Can be helpful to put the percentages on, so show the data labels. Often the fonts are very small for these. Not sure why, but you can change them. Number format. Text style. I think I'm having an aneurysm. I can't do anything today. There we go. That's a bit better. I'd probably take the border off. I think it looks terrible. It like makes it so cluttered to have the border on there. You could change that to a white font and not have any background. If you've got dark colours, that would probably show up. Fill in border. I don't know if that's better or worse, but you could do it. There might be some alignment options, I'm not sure. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. I will stop fiddling around. Yeah,